Welcome back, everybody. Time to battle. Alright. We are on the draw. Have a pretty decent hand. Going to keep this turn 1 initiate into turn 2 Acolyte. If he doesn't have a removal, is pretty good. Plus we can also draw into like a second time to just go Temple Scribe if initiate dies. And generally have like a decent chance to find a third power if our initiate dies. And we already did. So this can basically just get Primal and then we have all the influence we need.
Rule number 1, don't drop your tools.
There's a Seed, followed by an Acolyte for Primal, and pass. Granted, Rakano is one of the hardest matchups for the deck, I would say. So let's see how we're doing. I think Rakano is not that great of a matchup, especially like the new version with like all the flyers and stuff. And us not having a Titan right now does not help. I guess I'll just attack with bows, try to like pressure some. Interesting. Didn't expect that, maybe I was a bit too ambitious.
It's written right here.
But it's fine, like we can just go like assembly line torch next turn and then monitor into party. And we denied him a Warcry trigger that way, so it was still like a fine trade. Otherwise I wouldn't have attacked. But usually like most people don't block there.
Rakano's weapons unmatched.
Alright. I think here I actually just like wanna kill this because of the Warcry and the flying. Means we can't attack for 4. But I think that's fine. Because the monitor is gonna do a lot of work. And will allow us to at least attack with the Acolyte or just attack with everything and did a lot of damage. We'll eat 1 and then he takes like 8, 11. So we have a decent chance to raise him. Especially if he has no way to stop the monitor. He probably does, which is why I want to attack here. Get as much damage in as we can. Yeah, as expected, he's gonna eat 1 and take 11, which is fine. Together with Party, it puts us in a decent position. Like Blade would be the worst possible thing. If the Blade would have a lot of Warcry triggers, we'll probably die, just lose, but if he doesn't have a Blade or only a small Blade, we're in an okay spot. That's better than Vanquish, I guess. I'll take some more damage. So basically if we draw like another Monitor or Obelisk, we are in great shape. There's the Obelisk that I was talking about. Alright, so we just party here and next turn we Obelisk plus Temple Scribe. And then we're suddenly looking pretty good. As in, he should be dead, like I think if he blocks 3, he takes like 6, 12, 14, yeah. So, if he only has like a torch or 1 blocker, he's just dead on board next turn. Let's see what he has. He has 2 cards, so chances are reasonable that he doesn't have 2 things to interact, and then he just goes to 0. Which is great. So, 14, like 11, go to 2, so we die to a lot of stuff here. So I think I just wanna like jump here, because he already like gave away a blocker. And even if he has a torch, we're still not gonna die. They usually don't play Finest Hour in that version. So like a torch is still not enough to win, or like to not lose. So he needs a torch plus something, so I think it's fine. That plays around torch, because otherwise we just die to torch. And yeah, he doesn't have a blocker, so now he's basically just dead. Unless he has like 2 torches. And then I'm impressed, I guess. And yeah, that's how you beat Rakano. I think the matchup is a lot better with this deck than with Shimmer Pack usually. I mean, I guess the displacers in Shimmer Pack help a bunch, but matchup still feels pretty bad in Shimmer Pack. Because you can't like raise them usually. And here you have a reasonable chance at raising them. And like Shimmer Pack can't raise them, but Shimmer Pack also doesn't do enough. And yeah, as you saw, we played properly around the torch by jumping here. And won because he didn't have torch plus a unit. And the fact that the flyer attacked meant we could lose one unit from jumping, so that he still needs torch plus another thing to not die. So yeah, that was a pretty close game and a sweet showing of like how to properly maneuver and be aggressive. As you saw, like the attack early where he traded with the initiate ended up mattering, because the damage that we got in exactly got him to 0. Like if we wouldn't have attacked there early on, we would have lost the game rather than win it. So these subtle things make a big difference. Alright, we have a pretty good hand on the draw. Going to keep. Unfortunately no turn 1 initiate, but we can go turn 1 drone into like initiate into other stuff. Possibly against Big Combre, but we'll see.
It's written right here.
Right, there we go.
Time quickens.
That means we just attack with bows, get some damage in. This is the wrong block. Against time decks you always block the drone in case they have displacer to bounce and replay drone.
Close
Just
your
for
eyes.
anyone that
Listen.
usually doesn't care who they block here, you should always block the drone. I mean, this list doesn't run any displacers, but you never know. A lot of people do. Alright, I think I'm playing Scribe here because I rather like draw into some stuff, and like just exposing the assembly line here doesn't really do anything. It might just get swept up in a sweeper, and I'd rather find something meaningful. And finding like a vault here and still having the line in hand is great. And vault is really what we needed here in this matchup and this situation. Alright. I'm gonna pass, and next turn we can start drawing some cards. Cycle through our deck a bit. That's unfortunate. He can just bash us senselessly because we don't have any relevant board, unfortunately. And yeah, it's very likely to be Combre as I expected. Yep. By now I'm like 99% sure that it's Big Combre. Alright, so assembly line, draw a card. That's a decent draw, but not really what we need right now. Gonna have to waste a lot of units on these attackers, unfortunately. I guess I'll just put 5 in front against like a potential stand together. I don't really want to backlash it. And once again he let the drone live instead of like a random Grenadin for no reason.
Close your eyes. Listen.
Wouldn't mind to find our own Titan. Yeah, no unit, just passing. I guess we just like double block and then like torch. But yeah, this game is likely over. We just managed to like put too much pressure on us. And if that happens, then matchup is just like very over. And yeah, now we even have to like torch this instead, because it presents more of a threat. So yeah, we're just dead here. There was basically nothing we could draw at this point. I guess like a Titan might have done enough to buy us some time. on the draw for the third time, and a clear redraw. Unkeepable hand. This is a pretty decent hand. Basically get turn 3 Titan, that's a pretty good thing on the draw, I would say.
Time quickens.
Alright, so we just wanna play
Focus,
this,
child.
do this, get in for 1. Looks like it might be another big hombre, but with this hand it should go a lot different than last time.
It's written right here.
I actually think I like Obelisk a bit better here, because it allows us to get in for like 3 damage. And not like get exposed to like a tempo swing from Vanquish or something.
Step back.
So I guess it's not big hombre because they don't play Displacer. Not sure what this is. Don't really have any good attacks right now. So I guess we just do this and this. Present some board presence and then see what happens. Not sure if he is playing like
It's written right
partial. Looks like it's more of an Obelisk hombre deck probably.
It's written right here.
So he shouldn't have harsh rule. Like Displacer and harsh rule don't really go in the same deck. But you never know. Alright. Monitor makes a bit more sense than assembly line. And yeah, we can just basically attack with everything. It's a bit unfortunate to lose this guy, but it's just so much damage that I think it's fine. Yeah, this is like +6/+6 for the monitor next turn. Lots of overwhelm damage. And he didn't really even have a Vanquish last turn, so not looking good for him.
Which would you like?
Sweet. That's like already almost enough. Like with the overwhelm damage it's basically enough. Also like just 1 getting through already is enough. Sweet. Alright. 2-1. First half of the games went pretty well. Stay tuned for the second half in a moment. Thanks for watching.